Welcome to what might be the first day of harvest. Got my beans here in my shop. I think they're ready to go. We got a lot of moving around to do here this morning. Go ahead and unhook it. Also, luckily had an engine oil pressure light come on when I was going down the road. But I don't know. Have to check it out too. But we get quite a few things that we got to get moved here before we can go. Dad and Andrew are supposedly harvesting corn. Start a harvest. Here we go. The next thing I gotta do, I gotta make a harvest file real quick for Dad, because I don't know what monitor he has for sure. If he has a corn planting monitor, then he's in good shape. All the stuff and field setups, so there we go, add, export to display. And then boom, got that onto a stick, got another one getting put onto a stick for whatever monitor we use. Got another monitor too. Figure out which one's supposed to actually be in that combine. So one of them, they're programmed, but it doesn't mean that they're calibrated, if that makes sense. Glad to see you checking the tire pressure.
Yeah, it all look good.
So you must have really had to take a piss if you got to check all of them. Yeah. It's about time to lose a sweatshirt, I'll tell you that. 10 o'clock. Also means probably maybe about time to harvest beans. Get the IV truck charging here and then we can leave it. I got the harvest files dropped off with Andrew and see if Dad can figure that out. I doubt it, but I'll probably be back over there to check on them. Sounds like they don't even have the yield monitor. I think it sounds like he's trying to harvest beans, the corn head type of thing going on. I'm sure I'll be back over there after a little bit, but we're gonna see if we can go and plug it in, charging. So about a little over 2 hours. So about 1 o'clock, 1:20 will be when that battery charger turns off. So I'm hoping by like 2, these beans will be ready to go. And I'm hoping that we'll be ready to go as well. Jake's looking at the oil. Yeah, they're still too chewy. They might not go at all today. Who knows? But we still got quite a bit. I think that it's not even on the stick. I don't think it is. I think that's just from you hitting stuff on the way up and down. So doesn't look like the right amount of oil was put into that combine when oil was changed. So we'll get to mess with that, but I'm gonna climb up there. I will have to keep track of you right now. Okay. So these extensions are easier than the other ones. Just this one. So you flip it, and sometimes you have to just hold it, rotate it. Man, that bubble up auger needs replaced. Get shit out of the deal. Got her. Last one. Bubble ups are up. Get all my settings set here. We're gonna close down the concave. What do you guys run for beans? So RPM, threshing speed, 3 to 400. We're at 400, we can leave it there. 16 top, 9 bottom. I'm guessing I probably need to, yeah, I definitely need to put oil into the MacDon head. We'll get that done. See if my unload turns on. See if anything gnarly comes out of there. A leaf. Probably coon crap. Those turn on. A little more coon crap. Close the book. I'm gonna go track down a moisture tester. Go see if Dad got his dilemma figured out. I doubt it, so we'll probably go work on that for a second. Then go get a Volvo truck. But it'd be a good time to get you guys caught up on the PROTIVATE trial. Kolton came down here about a week and a half or so ago, and we looked at everything PROTIVATE. So as we're doing all those errands, you guys can check in on that. So Kolton's back with us here. We are going to do kind of a maturing season check here. We're going to look at corn and we're going to look at soybeans. We have a suspicion that it might be visually hard to maybe see a difference here right now, especially since we've had a pretty good growing season. But we're going to jump in here. We're going to look at some sizes of the ears, see if any of them are maybe a little further along than the other ones. But most likely, most of our data is going to come from Harvard and the harvest this year, which I think, top of my head, I think I did 7 different trials with PROTIVATE this year, so we'll be able to look at all those and recap those. But we'll dive into the beans here. Or into the corn, and then we'll head on over to the beans. And if you don't remember, if you didn't see the videos, PROTIVATE is basically a graft talc replacement that has some nutrients and everything else goodies to get your corn up out of the ground, and super easy to apply to your seed. Just put it into your hopper.
Yeah,
so
I would agree. I mean, it's something you're already doing in your operation, so it's no added steps or anything like that.
And hopefully we see some yield benefits. So we'll go in here. We're going to go in basically 36 rows, so we're going to be off of the end row so that one side's not getting more light than the other or anything like that. And then we'll stand there on a split row, and well, you guys will just see what we're going to do. So this corn is a little later planted. This was planted May 19th. So we're going to do a quick population stand count. This is a field that we did the stand count in last time Kolton was down here, and it was pretty close. We might have had maybe 1,000 more plants ish on a very rudimentary stand count on the PROTIVATE over the non. So but we did visually see the root mass difference on the PROTIVATE in the last video. So time to see if we see an ear difference. Let's do a stand count real quick.
No, the PROTIVATE treated side had about 28,000 plants per acre. The untreated side was right around 27,000. So still pretty similar in stand count. You know, about 1,000 plant an acre difference, which I think is pretty right in line with what we saw last spring.
And right now this field would have been variable rated, and my guess is we're probably standing in like a 30,000 planting population area right now. So that's not like I planted 34 and got 28 stand. So we can visually see we're going to break back the tops of these plants here.
Same thing on this side.
Same thing on the opposite side. They're just going to be right across from each other. And then without me looking, we'll pull the number 2 ear, the number 5 ear, and the number 8 ear. Same hybrid. As you can see here, I'd say maybe the ear height looks a little bit more consistent on the PROTIVATE side. It's pretty consistent, but visually you're not going to be able to see any difference standing here in the field. Looks like corn. So we're pulling 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. What do you say we get out of the corn and go to the pickup truck?
That sounds good.
So here's how we're standing here. Visually, the untreated side has a little more length to it, but the girth's not quite there. That's probably the nicest looking ear, maybe, on the untreated side. The treated side looks way more consistent in between the untreated side. So we're just going to count the lengths and the girth of the ears, and then figure out how many kernels on average we have on these. Count in your head, because otherwise we'll not have this right at all. I had 33.
I got 36.
35 on that one.
32.
I'll call that one 36. Could be called 37. And I kept mine in order so I can break them. Be close to on the money. Now it's just a question of which way we go here. If it's an odd number, I know you're cheating. But you have the untreated side, so you can't.
That's true.
16 for that one.
16 for that one.
16 for that one.
14.
This might be an 18. No, it's probably 16.
Ooh, this one's 12.
That's the long skinny one is a 12.
Yep.
16, very consistent. So if we look at it here, very consistent corn, very consistent sized kernels. Obviously this kernel is going to be bigger because there's only 12 there, but pretty consistent all the way around. Let's see what the numbers say. But so the average number of kernels on the untreated side was 489.33, 490, we'll just call it kernels. And this side was 563. So kernel wise, in that random deal, we just walked out to a random spot in the field, did a random population check, and everything along those lines shows that the average kernels right now on the treated side is a little bit better than the untreated side. Now if we went somewhere else in the field, might be different, but right now visually hard to tell a difference, but combine will get it going.
Combine will pick it up.
Combine will pick it up. Let's go look at some beans. So in our last video, you guys saw us standing somewhere right up there near my water hemp. Our flag has disappeared. So what we're doing is you can still see the top of Kolton over there. He's gonna go grab a couple over there because we know that that's the untreated side. So I'm on the treated side. We did pull a couple here last time when we were here, but man, it was just the treated side looked significantly better, so we kind of just omitted that. But we're gonna grab them. We'll go look at them. These beans are starting to turn probably late September, and we might be able to get on some of these early planted beans. So I have my 3 trees. I accidentally broke the roots off of that one. I must have grabbed a skimpy. You got a skimpy?
Look at that deal.
Holy smokes, he didn't have no neighbors. So this is where we ran into an issue last time, is that we struggled to figure out a good way to represent the actual. Yeah, that guy's a bush. Like representing these in a statistical way to show you guys, kind of hard to do. So we talked about stand counts. PROTIVATE won the stand count earlier in the year. We stood out there and you can see a visible difference, but right now we're not going to try and mess with numbers. We're just going to wait until the combine rolls on that. But I think the lesson here is,
I would say the growing season we've had is, I mean, it's
dang near ideal. Like a little bit of a dry June, little bit of a later planting stuff, but man, if we had stuff in early like these beans, and if you could have had corn in real darn early, you'd be.
I'd say you're gonna have a good bean crop.
Yep.
To say the least.
Might not be worth nothing, but at least we can grow it. So we will be back with Kolton here when the combine starts rolling, probably in the next month or so. But crops looking good.
They are.
Crops are looking good.
Appreciate you having me out, Ben.
Yep. So we'll get back to work, and we'll see Kolton in a month.
Beans are down 13 cents. Might as well be a good day to start doing her. Combine a bean or two. Well, I probably need to. Moisture's 12.8. 55 on the monitor. Going, my center belt's trying to stop, so I got either junk in it or something along those lines. Oh, that might be our issue. The whole freaking thing's down. Slipper here. On that side. Yeah. So this is supposed to catch there. In the middle. And then it goes back up and that thing's supposed to latch it. See if it'll go now. So I have on what I think is a full load, and we'll take it to town to see actually how close I am. Hello. What tractor? Oh, they're on the loader. It says we harvested 820 bushels. We weighed 80,000 right on the money and getting in here, so we've got full load on. So I think the monitor's running like 30% low right now. Back to the field. Back to running. Molly's here, gonna try to take our annual photo here. Let's see, lights. Turn some lights on. Looks way brighter on camera actually than it does in real life.
No, I'm not holding you. Come here.
Say bandit. Bandit. Come on.
Let's see if you get up there. Let's see if you go up all the way, okay? Really? Listen to Uncle Ben and they're okay?
Can't touch any buttons, okay?
Don't let you touch it. Got it? Don't touch the buttons. Okay, don't touch the buttons. Uncle Ben can spank your butt. There? Come on, Ben.
Let's go. Gained a couple riders. Put it on the ground. So once it's on the ground,
It'll make dust.
it'll make a lot of dust.
Huh? It's doing all that wind.
Yep, it's like it's combining it, it's cutting it. Isn't that cool? You want to see something really cool?
Yeah.
I bet you didn't know that I was a magician. I got magic tricks. Have you ever seen something steer itself?
No.
It will drive itself. Watch this.
What that?
Watch, no hands. See, it's turning. Steering wheel. Look at that. It's turning the steering wheel all by itself. Isn't that cool? Wow.
What is that about it?
Well, that's all the beans.
Why?
That's what we sell.
Oh.
So I can buy your Christmas presents.
Oh, yeah. So it's mowing it so that wheel can go through?
So what it does, see how it's cutting it and then it brings it into the combine right down here, and then it comes through there and it takes all the beans out of it and puts them back there.
Oh.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's cool.
Can you see you guys' stuff? Yeah.
Is it taking all the weeds and found it?
Those aren't weeds, those are soybeans.
We're sorting this. Yeah!
It makes soy sauce. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Here, watch that, watch it. Up comes the head, see? Woo! Now I'll turn, watch. See, now we're turning. We'll turn around.
Where we did all that.
You did all that. We did just about as much as your guys' yard is in that one pass. Isn't that cool? Do you think, Alex, your dad needs a mower that's as wide as this is?
No.
No? Okay. Make him work more?
If they working.
You see it?
So all the beans.
That's all the beans that we just combined. Isn't that cool? Alright, let me go take you guys to your mom. We made 2 truckloads without blowing something up. It was making my hydraulic clutch, or my straw chopper slip. So, I guess I gotta look at that tomorrow morning. I'm going to go unload this thing onto the truck so I can take it first thing in the morning. That's when I'll pick up with you guys. Day 1 harvest. Check mark. Good to get started, but taking that photo without Wayne, that's a little, yeah. First harvest, first crop without Wayne here on this farm. So, anyways, see you guys in the next one.